Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but obviously we had a pretty bad hurricane here. Luckily, where I am, we were all okay. I didn't take any damage to anywhere on my property, but you know, there's some pretty serious damage in other places, especially along the coast where it came in. But yeah, so I'm after we've cleaned up some and did all that, I'm gonna record another video. I have the lasagna garden set up. Let me lower this a little bit so you can see it better. Um, it's set up and running. I have some stuff planted in here that I will show you. You see, you got some tomatoes coming up here. Those are looking pretty good. I've got a couple more over here that are just getting a slower start. There's one there, and then right here, I plant here, which that might be one coming up there. I don't know. Here and here, right in here, I planted some cherry peppers that I ordered from my friend Dan at Agorist Acres. So we'll see how that goes. I've never even tried a cherry tomato. I mean, a cherry pepper, but I'm interested to see what they're like. So that's going pretty well. The one thing I did figure out, if you look, I keep having these sort of things pop up in here, and these are some form of squash that there must have been seeds in the compost. That underneath this top layer of mulch, I have compost, and there must have been, see, there's another one right there. There must have been some we're thinking spaghetti squash seeds that were in there that didn't break down, and since it was in that container, it wasn't exposed to sunlight, so they didn't grow. And I've also been having these random tomato sprouts pop up, which would be fine. I just don't want I don't want tomatoes where they're popping up. I want them where I have them planted. So another thing that has started to go wild is the Roselle. You can see really, really pretty flowers, like a pinkish yellow, and then the red in the middle. We have harvested some already, and this is what you're looking for right here. Let me get the camera right. This is what you're looking for right here. You want that sort of the calyx is what you're going to be eating, and you want to wait for it to, once the flower dies off, then there is like this little almost like a little okra type fruit on the inside, and it you basically discard that. I don't know if you can even eat that, but when it'll swell up, so it'll look nice and big. You peel the calyx off of it, and then you have the that's what you eat. You can discard the okra. I've noticed over here on my yam vine over here that it's putting out a lot of bulbils, so I'll be able to start some new yams with that eventually. I don't know where I'm going to put them. There's part of me that's thought about taking them and just tossing them all out in the woods and just letting them grow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But then the other, see, I think this one's will be ready. So you pick that off like that, and that may not have been. Oh well, I'm just showing for demonstration purposes. Inside here, there is That one still had the flower in it. The little okra looking thing, and it's these that you want. And these are slimy like okra. I mean, this is in the hibiscus family, but it's this that you want. These calyxes. I don't know if that one was quite ready yet, so I'm not going to keep it. Another thing, they will stain your hand because they are a deep red. So, but it's in the hibiscus family, so it is, it's going to be slimy, just like okra is. And it's just like okra when you're picking it and dealing with it. It's slimy. So, right here, I planted. This is a boniato, and it's kind of limping along, but we've started to have some drier weather. It's starting to get to our drier season, so I'm gonna have to water more often. I still haven't, and I need to install a sprinkler system in there, but I want you to look at how much this strawberry tree has grown. And remember, this right here was where I cut it down to. Not this is the stake, but this right here is where I cut it down to. And it has come back and doubled in size within just months. I mean, it's been growing longer than months, but all of a sudden, just recently, it has shot up. There's a little katydid or something right there. But it has shot up. Now it's making fruit. Like here's a little fruit, but it's not doing it consistently, probably because it is getting over, you know, the shock from being frozen. But hopefully we won't have another bad freeze again that'll knock this down, because if not, man, this thing is gonna sorry, mosquitoes are horrible since we've had that hurricane for some reason. I think just because of all the rain and the water that's been sitting around. I don't have a lot of standing water. You know, my property doesn't really flood because we're on a little bit of an incline. But with all the rain that we had, all of the mosquitoes are just terrible. But anyways, I'm hoping that this doesn't, I hope that it doesn't freeze back again, because it will grow really tall if not. But yeah, that's, I did plant, and I don't know if I've shown them yet, but I did plant some things in the, I'm waiting for some other seeds that I ordered to come in, but I did plant some things in here. We got black-eyed peas. I did this for like a cover crop type thing. I may actually come back in here and plant some more just to fill it out some more. But these will fix nitrogen, and that's why I did it. I am getting swarmed by mosquitoes right now. They're horrible. But I have some sunflowers. These are mammoth sunflowers that I planted. I'm probably going to come stick some more in, because not all of them came up. I've had the seeds for a little while, so. But I've had to take down some of my cassava. Like this one, I had to cut back here. If you can see, this is leaning like that because of the wind from the storm. That one that's over there did okay, and then there's another one through there that did okay. But I did have to take down, I had to take some down. Where was it? There we go. There's one. I had to take that one completely down because it was leaning over against this mulberry tree and leaning against it. I didn't want that. And then I had to, cut this back because the wind just really pushed them. Like this was not leaning like this. This was straight, and then the wind from that storm just it pushed it all over. But yeah, the Roselle in the very middle is all split and stuff from not just a hurricane, but from a prior storm that we had this past summer. But I don't know if Roselle is perennial or if it is annual. If it's perennial, when it's done blooming this year, I'm going to come in and trim it way back. But I've also planted, right here's one, that's a Seminole Pumpkin. I don't know, he looks kind of sad. I've been trying to, it rained a little bit last night. Here's another one. And I also planted over here, all along in here, some more loofah. All in here is some loofah. So hopefully we'll get some more sponges. I need to come in and plant more. Like I said, I'm waiting on some seeds to come in. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, this is the other one that I cut down. But as you can see, it comes back. So if you want it to be totally gone, you have to pull this out of the ground. But this one was laying all the way across, so I couldn't even walk. So I had to chop it down because it just got blown over by the wind. So, but yeah, all the rest of my trees did fine. No problems there. Yeah, once I get the seeds in, I'm gonna plant a lot. Some of the things I want to plant, though, I'm waiting until it gets a little bit cooler, because if I plant them now, it will be too hot. But I plan on installing irrigation and running, because my well is over there, and I plan on running it up here and running through the garden. Probably just go down this path right here, like maybe to the side a little bit, and then I'll have a few, like they call them wobbler sprinklers in here, to 2 or 3 of them probably would be enough to water this, and then run something off of it, possibly underneath to the other side, and run out. I'm gonna have to clean this up here. This was my old keyhole garden, and it's been taken over by the Spanish needles, but run it out here and have, I don't know how I'd have it set up exactly. I may have to run 2 or 3 different pipes off of it and have sprinklers set up out here. I probably am gonna have to go with like a Rainbird impact style sprinkler, because I need it to reach, I need it to broadcast, you know. So, but I just have to get the materials for that. The issue with that is just obviously money, because everything is more expensive now. So, but I will get to that eventually. But yeah, that's about it. We survived. We did well. I will be putting, like I said, more stuff in here. It looks pretty bare right now, but some more stuff will be going in, and yeah, hopefully things will start to grow. I'm still improving this soil. You know, it's just not the best, so I'm still having to. I need to take my biochar is finished. I need to take it and put it out here, but I just haven't had the time to do it yet. I like how there's a random sweet potato that come up in the walking path here. And that's what they'll do. They'll just come up anywhere, everywhere. If you don't get every single last, even if the tuber is about that big, if you don't get every single last one of them out, they will, they'll continue to grow. They'll pop up again, and like my purple one over here, it's going everywhere. So when we dig this up, we're gonna have to dig all around in here, because there will be potatoes. But so anyways, that's about it. I'm going Saturday, actually. I have plans to go to Scrub Fest. Here is the first annual Scrub Fest at Scrubland Farms, and that's up near Ocala, Florida, kind of between Ocala and Gainesville. And David the Good's going to be there giving some presentations, and Sam, the guy who owns Scrubland Farms, is going to be giving presentations. They're going to have a nursery. Not that I need any more plants, but they're going to sucker me into something, I'm sure. They're going to be giving talks on there's going to be someone from the University of Florida Extension, that's going to be talking about his favorite Florida food forest trees. So that'll be interesting to hear. I'm sure I have some of them already. And yeah, so it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's it. So again, I know my videos have been sporadic, but bear with me. I will I'm gonna try to do more videos like this where you can actually see me and you're not just staring at the ground. But I'm not very good at doing videos. That's not my forte. So I do what I can with what I have, and yeah, my focus is my garden, what I'm growing. And I almost made a video when we were cleaning up from the hurricane to show that, you know, homesteading is not just growing a garden. When you have a homestead, where, I mean, I guess you could call this a homestead. I call it a homestead, but you know, it's just we have a big property out here, so we have to take care of it. And part of that is when after a hurricane comes in, you have a lot of debris on the ground. Mosquitoes, man. You have a lot of debris on the ground, so you have to clean it up. Luckily, since I'm not in the city limits here, I can burn my yard trash. Like, this is the leftover. This was probably about twice as big, and I need to finish burning that. But I had to let that part dry out some more because it was underneath the pile. That was all green. Now it's brown, but I have all this. I have some charcoal, but most of it is burned to ash. So I'm actually probably going to take some of this ash and sprinkle it. I'll put it out there in the garden in places, and if I grow anything else, I'll sprinkle. You only need a little bit because it's very, very, very strong. Can't get my words out, but it'll help with potassium. It'll help with lowering raising the pH of your soil. So yeah, that's it. And I will be back soon with another video. And as always, I appreciate anybody watching, any subscribers. I really appreciate you, and yeah, hopefully I'll be back soon. Take care.